So what I think is really important, and I'll kind of break down here for the listeners, is that if you do decide to do recruiting, you should give it your absolute best and pick like a period of time that you're going to do it. Hopefully 2 to 3 years. Because if you just say, I'm going to try recruiting for a year, you're just in for a lot of pain and lessons that you're not going to be able to utilize year 2 and year 3. It'll be a terrible experience if you say, I'm only going to do it for a year, in my opinion. So I would say pick an interval. Give your absolute best effort, all of your quality, all of your focus to recruiting for 2 to 3 years and see where you go. And if you decide that you want to pivot to something else afterwards, that's totally fine. Okay. Why is it important to give everything to recruiting? Well, you have to understand what the expectations are from the clients and from the candidates. So I'll set up a little scenario for somebody who might not quite understand what it is that we're doing. All right, imagine one of your clients is the Japan president of a U.S. branch here in Japan, maybe 50, 60 people, right? And that Japan president's responsible for the entire organization. And they've just fought tooth and nail with a U.S. leadership team that's highly skeptical about how Japan does business and why everything is done over here this different way. But the Japan president is very convincing, and he gets buy-in from them about his business plan and initiatives he's going to launch here in Japan. Okay? U.S. company sends millions of dollars over so that this Japan president can execute. The stakes, the future of the company, all depends on this plan going well. And as this managing director is going through everything, he needs to make a key hire. You realize, okay, I need to have this person in this role in order for me to execute my plan. And he types up a job description. That job description is sent to your company, and you are assigned the recruiter to help find people for that key position, right? So what type of recruiter, what type of person do you think that managing director wants to deal with, right? It's not somebody who's just, okay, maybe I'm going to try this job. Like, they're going to want somebody that can deliver high quality introductions and help them actualize their plan. And if they get the feeling that you're kind of, your mind is straddling two different things, or you're not quite there, you come with a response like, I'll check our database, I'll get back to you kind of thing. It's going to be a bad experience for you and for that managing director, and it's just going to cause pain, right? That's on the client side, right? So I think more importantly is on the candidate side. And this is an experience that you'll especially deal with if you're handling small to medium-sized companies, right? Set up this scenario. You have a single mother who is working at a small-size European company. And she's worked there diligently for 10 years with the expectation that the business is going to be stable and she can have steady income coming in. She's just completely loyal, does everything that the company wants. Probably a back office person, right? This small-sized European company one day is purchased by a large-sized European company. The large-sized European company makes tons of redundancies. She's on the chopping block. She loses her job, right? And of course, she feels betrayed. And of course, there's lots of mixed emotions that she has, and probably has a very, very rough weekend, lots and lots of stress, might even be crying or emotional, kids looking up, Mom, what's wrong, right? And she finally pulls herself together, and she updates her resume. She submits that to a recruiting company. You are assigned as the recruiter to try and help that person get back on their feet. So what type of recruiter do you think that person wants to deal with, right? You have to be trying your hardest at this job, and you have to give it everything that you can. And if you do, you'll get lots of rewards and accolades coming back. People will recognize that you're very serious about the role. You'll add value, and the job becomes sustainable because, yeah, you have to do lots of work and lots of telephone calls and you get lots of no's, but in the times when it does work and you add value and everybody's really happy with your service, it's a win-win-win all around, it'll keep you going, right? So I think it's important that you give everything you've got to recruiting, And if you do it that way, it can be a very, very rewarding job.